Have you ever wondered about your purpose in life and whether you're actually doing what you're called to be doing with your life, your talents, your skills, your abilities? And when you think that you're on the right path and that you're doing what you're called to be doing, then you have a question in your head. Maybe this is not me. Maybe this is not where I should be channeling my energy. Well, I wanted to just drop this message to let you know that even if you feel like you're not on the correct path, eventually the road will lead you there. So uh, know that your work is not in vain. Know that the work that you're doing right now is not in vain towards your destiny and your purpose. It is one of those things where in life we question and we wonder, we want to be perfect, we want to do things perfectly, but when we're on that path of life, there's no such thing as perfection. There's going to be trials, there's going to be valleys, you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay if that happens. But just know that as you're making those mistakes, all of those mistakes still add up to the equation of success. It's kind of like in math, where you divide, you subtract, you add, and with some problems or some formulas, you work it out and eventually it comes out perfect, even though you started off erasing and recalculating and redoing. In the very end, it turned out to be just right. So what's the point? The point is that even if you feel like you're not sure what you're doing is actually what you're called to do, keep doing what you're doing now, because that will eventually lead to the correct thing and the right path. And maybe you're on the right path. Kudos to you. Maybe you're on the right path and you're doing what you're called to be doing with your life, your God ordained purpose. And good, keep doing that. And greater success and greater and better and bigger things will come your way. It's one of those things where, a lot of times, you wonder, is this all? God, is this all that you have for me, or is there more to this? And if there's more to this, will I live to see it? Yes, you will. Yes, you're going to live to see it. And you have to pronounce that with your tongue, with your mouth, with your words, that I'm going to live to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I'm going to live to see what God has called me to do and why I'm here. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a season. And everything that God has called me to do is coming to fruition right now. And, it doesn't matter, it could be a profession where you're, teaching, where you're a doctor, where you're a security guard. It could be you're a janitor. Whatever you're called to do it with your all. Do it with all your might, as the word of God says, and do it as unto the Lord. Most importantly, do it as unto the Lord. So it is, it's a journey, it's a process. And even those people who knows that they are doing exactly what they're called to be doing with their lives, have those times where we question and doubt, is this all? Is there more to life than this? Have I seen it all? Have I reached the end of the road, or is there more to this journey down the road? Have I seen the light at the end of the tunnel? Or is there still more for me to do? And I think that the worst thing that we can do is, on our deathbed, that's when we're thinking, oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I should have done this. And at that time, it's too late, because we're about to, depart to the next realm. And And, so every day counts and you count. And it does not matter what people may say about you, to you, how people look at you. It doesn't matter when you compare yourself with others. It steals your joy. It steals you seeing all that you have accomplished in life. And it robs you of the happiness that you can have. And so I always try to guard that, in my life, because sometimes I do that. I compare myself with other people. I'm like, oh my God, she's so far further ahead than I am. And, I just wish that I was that beautiful, that talented, that anointed. I just wish that I had what she has. But then the Lord reminded me, you're not supposed to be like her. You're supposed to be like you. And I made you this way for a reason. So it's just one of those things where in life it's a journey. It is time for us to step up and not just for others, but step up for ourselves, not just for our kids or, not just for the next generation, but we have to step up for that inner child on the inside of us that wants us to recognize him or her, that wants us to remember that, that child on the inside is still alive. If you're still living and you're still breathing, that child on the inside is still alive. So you have a wealth of work to do, because you're living, you're breathing, you're still alive. And that means that God has not given up on you. God still wants you to do something amazing that can impact the world. And like I said, no matter how small or how big that assignment might be, know that you are here for a reason and you're here for a season. And even in those times when it doesn't make sense, when you're thinking, why am I on this job? Or you're thinking, why am I in this family that I'm planted in? And maybe you're thinking, why am I the way that I am? Why do I talk the way I talk? Why do I look the way that I look? Why? It's not for you to ask the question, why? It is for you to actually, say thank you that I am the way that I am. So yes, I'm the height that I'm at. I am my complexion that I am. I am the figure that I have. And, I'm going to work it. There's that saying, life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And so make something of what you have. And like I said, I think it's just in our culture where we're always comparing. And it's always a comparison. Oh, this person is he's better than him. She's better than her. It's the comparison that steals the joy of what could be or what is. And we have to guard ourselves from that disease, is what I call it. It's not a literal disease, but it's a supernatural. It's like a disease that is in the blood, that we have to make sure, not, what I mean, not your actual DNA blood, but I mean, it is like spiritual, where, it is a cultural thing where it's just automatic. And sometimes we see someone and we say, wow, I wish I had her skin. Oh my God, if I had her height. Oh my goodness, if I had her figure. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. She's a total package. She has everything. There's nothing that she can possibly want or need because she has everything. From the outside looking in, that's what we see. But on the inside looking out, you never know what that woman or that girl is going through. And maybe it's a brother or a gentleman, and you see this guy, this brother, and he has it all together. He has the muscles, he has the height, he has the chocolate skin, he has the great job, he has the family, the perfect wife, the fenced home, the beautiful mansion, You know, he has, like I said, a great $100,000 salary or more, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. And you look from the outside looking in and you're like, my God, he has everything. I wish I had what he has. Why couldn't I be different? Why couldn't I be that height? Why couldn't I have that salary? Why couldn't I have his wife? Why couldn't I have those kids? Why couldn't, why? And so it robs you of what you currently have, what you already have. And so I am just dropping this word or this word of encouragement to let you know that you're not alone, because we all go through that from time to time. It is what you do with those thoughts that counts. And so it has to come out of your mouth, not if you're at work or whatever, and it comes up, say to yourself, I'm better than this. I count. I matter. I am somebody. I am somebody. And my future is bright. You want to say those positive affirmations to yourself to reassure yourself that, you are on the right path. You're on the path to victory, and that all things are working together for your good. It is, it's an amazing thing when you change your mindset. And that's why the word of God says, by the renewing of our minds, when we read the word, we renew our minds, that we may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And, it's just when things are not perfect, that everything comes together perfectly, because sometimes things aren't meant to be perfect in order for you to step out and do the impossible. In fact, that's probably the best time to step out and do something that you never thought or dreamed you would do, because, it's not perfect. Maybe you don't have the money yet, or maybe, the board of directors that you need is not there yet, whatever the case might be. And you're thinking, in your head, analytically, things aren't perfect enough for this to happen. Well, it's not meant to be perfect for you to step out and do what you need to do. And there are many stories and testimonies of people, billionaires and trillionaires, celebrities that we know today that, stepped out and actually stepped out and believed that, they can do something great with their lives. And they did. For example, Tyler Perry is a great example, stepped out and was homeless at one point and, slept in his car. Not saying that we should go to that extreme, but just to show his faith level, he was faithful, and he believed in the fact that he could do it, and he did it. And so it is one of those assignments. We all have an assignment. We all have a purpose. And it's not all the same. Our journey is different. Each person's journey is different. Each person's life plan is different. Each person's valley experience is different. When you're down in the dark and you don't know what to do, you don't know who to talk to, you don't know where to go, that experience is different for every person. And how we overcome that experience is also very different. And so it's a great time for you to reinvent yourself. If you're not satisfied with the way things look right now, it's time for you to reinvent yourself and do things differently. It's time for you to step out and make a move, do something different, do something that you've never done before, and do something that you never thought or dreamed that you'd ever do in your life. This is the time. This is the season. And, I would say also to be careful about who you allow to mentor you, because, it's kind of like a pregnant woman who's about to give birth, and she puts her trust in a midwife who's going to help her to birth that baby. She puts her trust in a doctor, in nurses. Not anybody can enter that room and that delivery room and say they're going to help her deliver that baby. They have to be certified. They have to be experienced. They have to, have, the garments and everything, to make sure that, they have to have the correct tools so that, getting the baby out, we have everything that we need to make a successful delivery. But not everybody's equipped and certified to help you to deliver what God has given you to deliver. And so you want to be extra careful and extra prayerful about who you allow into that, I was going to say birth canal, who you allow into that time, into that sacred space. That is a sacred space and a sacred time that you're in. And so right now is a very sacred time, because we're transitioning into a new year, 2024 to 2025. It's now November, the month of November, and we're about to enter a new month, December. And then the minute we look at it, it is a new year, 2025. And so this is a great time for us to evaluate where we are and think about, is this where we want to be next year? Is this what we want to do with our lives next year? And if not, this is the time to make changes. And I'm so proud of you, because you've come this far. You have come this far. You know that spiritual, we've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word. He's never failed us yet. He's never, and he will never fail you. And it is a perfect time for you to evaluate. Am I where I want to be? Am I where I need to be? Am I doing what God has called me to do with my talents and my gifts? Am I happy? If I'm not happy, why not? And it's okay for you to write it down. It's okay for you to talk to a therapist about it. It's okay for you to, get with a brother or sister in Christ, or, a mentor, whoever, and just kind of brainstorm about it. And I would also say, especially to tap into your inside, into your gut. What is your gut telling you? Is your gut telling you you're in the right place? You're doing what you need to be doing? Is your gut happy? Is your gut happy? Is your inner space, is your inner being happy? Are you happy? Are you truly happy with yourself and with life? And if not, why not? And that's the first step. And if not, we are going to write those things down, and we're going to make those changes as time goes on. But this is a great time, because we have a month and change, and we have time to make those changes. So all you need is to make a decision. You need one day to make a decision. I'm going to change. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to be better. I'm going to love. I'm going to support myself. I'm going to have my own back. I'm going to adopt self-care and make sure self-care is number one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to live the most amazing life that I've ever lived, starting today. And so make that decision today, that you're going to live the best life that you've ever lived, starting today and moving forward. It's amazing. All it takes is a decision. All it takes is you saying, I'm going to make this happen. This is the first day of the rest of my life. Okay, we're not going to wait until we're on our deathbed to make changes, or to wish we shoulda, woulda, coulda. No, we're going to make that decision today. So I encourage you today. Hopefully this word was a blessing to somebody. And, I just came out of a meeting, and, my makeup and everything, it looks very imperfect right now. Yeah, but I did that purposefully, so that this video is not perfect, but it is a way of me showing my vulnerability, even on a day that, it's not my perfect day, the best day, but it's a day where I want to show you how much I value you and that you mean a lot to me. I hope this word changed your life and deposited something on the inside of your soul. Know that you matter, that you count. This is the best day of the rest of your life, and just make it make it such. Make it the best day. All right. See you next time. Bye bye.